Looking to the future always brings us back to the past. Can you feel them? I can still hear their voices. Their endless torment reshapes our moon. Nightmares now stalk the surface. Walking shadows, seeking vengeance. Our old fears, they rise again. And in the dark below, something wicked has awakened. We must bring an end to this suffering. One way or another.
One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide.
I'm de Sade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people.
Charming welcoming committee.
The new governor's cousin. I've heard stories about you.
Our people have always lived in harmony with nature. Our very existence revolves around her, yet you call the spirit that guides us demon.
It is my feeling that you do not understand the consequences of such a decision.
One of our frontier posts has just suffered a brutal attack. We didn't want this fight.
Tell me then, what is your intended purpose?
Do you renounce your gods?
The spirits of your clans must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Take your time to think about the consequences.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere, in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Stand clear!
Victor 6-4. Green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Norman copies off.
You guys, hostiles assaulted civilians.
Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out, there's no pretending.
Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole.
Nah, America's finished.
Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenut City. They want the UCA to leave him be.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs. There are extremists like the demons everywhere. Plotting in the shadows. Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I can't spot BTs. Just sense them.
That's why we came prepared.
A bridge baby, huh?
Makes me feel like shit every time.
Well, you are plugging into the other side. Freaks me out, too.
want you to go west and finish what Emily started.
Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope.
You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side.
Covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again.
Humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, that's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together.
I'll show you the real thing soon. I promise. The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
I'm a wolf, raised to be the alpha, trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily. This wild territory is the perfect den for my kind. A free world where I can roam and explore with no end. But I came here on the hunt, hidden among sheep, focused on their superficial dreams, moving up the food chain step by step before I dominate them all. With one target always clearly in my sights: to secure the future with technology others developed but were too fearful to deploy. By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it. The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves. Stand by.
Okay.
Standing by. In position.
3, 2, 1.
Pre-order now for guaranteed beta access.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or your family actually seen a spook, specter, or ghost? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Just pick up the phone and call the professionals. Call the Ghostbusters.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's something weird.
It wasn't me this time, I swear it.
Who you gonna call?
She calls my name.
Lock the exits!
Don't let it escape with her. Hit it with fire.
Louder! Who you gonna call?
Hi everyone, I'm Oliver, Creative Director at Saber Interactive. I'm here to give you a look at the first batch of free updates for World War Z, as well as a sneak peek at what you can expect from the rest of Season 1's planned content. Before we dive in, I'd like to sincerely thank all the players from all of us here at Saber. The response to our game since release has been incredible, and we're proud to have over 2 million players. Frankly, it's way beyond our expectations, and thanks to you, we're able to support World War Z with all this free content. Tokyo has already proven a fan-favorite campaign, so we're delighted that our first free chapter continues this survival story. Tokyo's latest chapter will take place on board an undead-infested ferry.
What's happening? We're going to find out.
Challenging you and your squad to battle through open decks and tight cabins in one of the game's most intense challenges yet. Spicing things up even further, a new special zombie joins the horde. With the Infector, we're working to bring a totally new type of enemy for players to overcome. Get the Infector's toxic saliva on you, and you'll be forced to quickly clean it off or succumb to immediate zombification. Killing this horrific creature isn't a simple case of gunning it down. Destroy the Infector with a melee finisher, or it will soon reanimate at full health. Joining this content, we're adding a host of additions, improvements, and tweaks based on the feedback of our great community. This includes private lobbies, FOV scaling, mid-match PvP loadout changes, options to disable bots, and more. To learn more about this update's new features, fixes, and balance changes, follow a link to the full patch notes in the description below. Looking further into the future, cosmetics earned through gameplay achievements, continuing balance tweaks, and an expanded progression system will later make their way to World War Z. Also, stay tuned for info about our upcoming weekly challenge mode, as well as a whole lot more we're excited to announce. World War Z is available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on the Epic Games Store.
Welcome to Chernarus, Survivor. With beautiful valleys and breathtaking views, this was once a popular tourist destination. Now, it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland struck by an unknown epidemic. You are one of the few immune to the virus, but that's where your luck runs out. Washed up along the shore, you must face the harsh and unforgiving open world you now find yourself in, with only one goal: survive as long as possible by any means necessary. With up to 60 other players on the same server, it's only a matter of time before you run into a bandit. Or two. In DayZ, when you die, you die. Permadeath ensures that when you kick the bucket, you lose everything and respawn back along the coast. A bullet to the head isn't the only danger in DayZ, as the game has a complex set of survival mechanics. Ignore your hunger or thirst long enough, and you'll be on your way to an early grave. But take note, consume something of questionable sterility, and you may fall sick. Chernarus is big, but finding your way doesn't have to be a shot in the dark. Use maps, signs, tourist trails, compasses, and even the stars to navigate your way around 230 square kilometers of vast and varied landscapes. The rule is, if you can find a town, you can find the loot. Built-up areas will have more to scavenge, but they will also have more infected. Stay quiet, stay hidden, stay clear. If you have no choice but to fight, melee combat can offer protection, but you don't need to rely on your fists, as any item can be used as an improvised weapon. Some more effective than others. If you start bleeding, you will eventually die. So, wrap it up. The dynamic weather of DayZ can take a turn for the worse at any moment, so sometimes it's best to stay put and prepare for your travels until the bad weather passes. With the fall of civilization, there is no more light pollution, and nights in Chernarus get dark. Use various light sources to keep properly oriented, or to strategically mark locations. When interacting with other players, DayZ's in-game voice chat and gestures system lets you easily communicate your friendly intentions. And in DayZ, communication goes a long way. Guns and ammo are rare, and DayZ's authentic mechanics mean you'll have to load your weapons manually, one bullet at a time. Be sure to keep your weapons in good condition. Damaged guns might jam, which can be the difference between life and death. Not all wildlife will try to kill you, however. With various animals roaming the countryside, you can happily live off the land, provided you know how to hunt and cook. Sometimes it's not possible to avoid populated areas. Chernarus is home to numerous hotspots where you can find the best loot, but be warned, you're more likely to come across hostiles in these parts, so prepare for a gunfight. Of course, what's the point of surviving if you have nothing to live for? Once you've mastered scavenging and survival, DayZ opens up and provides a much richer experience full of emotions. Be a lone wolf, team up with friends, learn the lay of the land, fix a car, build a base for your community, raid the bases of others, host your own radio show, negotiate, set up an ambush, take captives, restrain and force-feed people, protect fresh spawns, hunt down bandits, or just enjoy the many other types of emergent gameplay DayZ offers. Be a hero, a villain, or anything in between. The choice is yours. This is DayZ. This is your story. See you in Chernarus, survivor.